All right, let's get the show on the road. So let's get into it. We're going to talk about what's fair, what's not fair. I got some questions, comments, and concerns. I hope you guys do too. We're going to be talking about legacies. There's been a big old talk about legacies getting removed and some complications it's causing, and people have their concerns and complaints. I am one of them. I don't really see what the big issue is with having legacy weapons. And I kind of want to get a little discussion going. Cool. Let's talk about the Atom Shop. Because everybody wants it where, as you come in as a new level, you have access to everything, all the weapons, all the goodies. And there's a problem with that because you can only get experience through time. So a lot of the players have been playing for years or from day one. They're going to have things and have knowledge about things that new players aren't going to have. That's just the nature of the beast. That's what happens. But everyone complains and they cry and they want their participation trophy. And it doesn't work that way. You're not always going to get your participation trophy. You actually have to work for it. Gotta quit being lazy. I know I'm saying some harsh things, but it's the truth of the matter. And that's just the way it is. Okay? Coming in as the low level, there are things you're not going to be able to do that a high level is going to be able to do. And I'm always one of the ones that says, levels don't mean nothing. And for the most part, they don't. But I'm not going to disregard experience. There are things a veteran player that's been playing for 2 years will know that someone right out of the gate won't know and won't be able to do. But everyone keeps complaining, like, well, the legacy weapons, you can't get them anymore, and it's not fair for the new players coming in. Well, no, it is fair because there's always, throughout the world, throughout society, there are limited edition items, whether it's clothing, cars, there's always limited editions. And that's part of the gimmick. That's part of marketing. That's how they make their sales. That's the way life is. Just like EA Sports. Every year, people buy the football. They buy the NFL game, they play it, but you can only play it for a year. Then the servers shut down and you have to buy the next one. Nobody complains about that. So you can't play NFL 2020 or 2016 because the service gets shut down. But no one has a problem with EA doing that over and over. So why are we having a problem with legacies? That's what I want to know. And I haven't seen the queen get killed in 20 seconds in like forever. And it's usually the dragon. Let me pull that up real quick. Cool. This was one of the weapons, and I'm not sure if it was just like this, or if they actually modded it, or if they stacked it, did some other um, cheating shit to it. But as you can see, this one out of the gate does 850 damage. There are ways to mod or manipulate the weapon where it does 2,000, 5,000, 10,000 damage, and that will kill the Scorch Beast quickly. We're not talking about those weapons, but those are the weapons that are illegal. Those are the weapons that are causing damage to the play of the game. But those weapons are far in between, and people are getting banned left and right for modding certain weapons like that because that's cheating. Okay? Now, for those that have this weapon and use it just like the way it is there, that's fair. The game put it in there, you know. Fallout stuck it in there. Some people have it. They quit dropping it in events, but those that still have it can still use it. Why not? They also made a change where these weapons break a hell of a lot faster. So, they're not making it super unfair. It's not, it's I think it's totally fair for those that have been here from day one and this is what they got to keep. Everyone likes to show off, everyone likes to be able to brag and be unique, but you have to do the work and you have to play the game to get it. And actually have to be there, like, Fosnot. There's a lot of items in Fosnot that you can't get, but you have to be there for Fosnot, then you can get it. You know, Meat Week. We're going to talk more about that in a moment. Let's go back to the item shop. You see, look at these items in the item shop, and everybody wants it to be fair. They want to be able to have access to everything, but a lot of these items on here are only going to be on here for 20 days, 5 days, 3 days, whatever, and then they may never go on sale again. Is that fair? How come nobody's complaining about that? There's a lot of items from the scoreboards from the first season or second season that I kind of want, but I can't get it. Why? Because I didn't play the game when that season was up. So I missed out on it. And that's just the nature of the beast. That's the way it is. There's nothing wrong with that. You know, I understand we have lives. Not everyone can get it. Not everyone had, time to play. We have our family. We have our responsibilities. Okay. But for those that did make it, were able to get it, why would you want to take that away from them? Why would you want to take the fun away from somebody else like that? To me, that's kind of fucked up. But no one's complaining about these items. Is that fair? That's what I want to know. See, here's another one. I've been wanting this, and I've been waiting for this to come out. I was able to purchase it. But for those that missed out on it, it's unfortunate, but you're not going to be able to get it. You know, I think this. Well, I got a reason for why I want this, but I think this is cool. But again, it's a limited edition item. It's only going to be on sale for a short time, and actually, from the making of this video, it's no longer on sale. But does anybody have a problem with that? See, so if we're going to make things fair, then how come this stuff isn't available all the time? Right? I mean, that's the problem with the legacies. They're like, well, you can't get them anymore. Well, then why don't they leave them in the game? You know? Nobody wants, at least as far as I think, why would you want to spend 20, 30 minutes killing the Scorch Beast Queen? And when I first got my legacy, it didn't do squat damage to anything. Stuff was getting killed, but it took a long time. Why? Because I didn't have the perk cards out. Because see, I had a melee build, which didn't do squat for my gun. But when I used my Pepper Shaker build, my Pepper Shaker and other heavy weapons, including the Legacy one, did a lot better because of the perk cards that go with it. See, and that's the other thing too about killing the Scorch is the way they have it calculated. I don't know if it's meant to be this way, if it's correct, or if there's some issues with it. But when you use the prime ammo, the Ultrasight, it increases the damage like 40%, in crazy amount. Not only does it give you a base increase on damage across the board with all enemies, okay, so you get that increase, which is like 10, 20%, whatever, rough numbers, just to make the conversation go. But then also for the Scorch Beast, and for the Scorch as well, it does like 40 to 60% damage. And then you add on the perk cards for VATS, be able to shoot faster. You know what was 60% damage resistance? Oh, that's damage resistance. I'm not looking for that. Gain a 15% chance to stagger and a 30% chance to cripple a limb. That you cripple a limb, you do a lot of shit ton of damage. And that's the thing about the Pepper Shaker. You get the benefits of the heavy weapon, and then you also get the benefits of the shotgun. See, that's two. But people want to complain, they want to remove that stuff. Why? Because they don't know about this build. That's not my fault. If you don't know something, ask questions, Google it, look it up, watch some YouTube videos, put in the effort. And that's what I'm seeing the problem is that a lot of them just want to be lazy and cry and whine. And that's just not, that just doesn't work, okay? So as I was saying, you can do a shit ton of damage with the Ultrasight and the Prime, like I said, 60%, 40% more damage. Then you add the bobbleheads that increase the damage. There's all kinds of bobbleheads, whether it's for explosive, heavy guns, energy weapons. And then you have magazines that can add stuff to it as well. Then you have chems, you have psycho buff, psycho, blah, blah, blah. All this increases. And you have your VAT builds. All this is where you can do a lot more damage. But you're still not going to kill the queen in 2 seconds or 20 seconds. It's going to take a while. I wanted to show some video of that, but you know what? You guys are just going to take my word for it. Maybe I'll pull it up in a moment. See, I found this online. Somebody wrote, legacies aren't the ones taking down the Scorch Beast Queen in seconds. Only noobs who have no clue about the game and who don't have a single legacy will think that. And yeah, that's the thing because like a lot of people don't understand or have the knowledge, and you're new, you just don't know. You know, I went through that when I first started playing the game. I didn't know anything about it, and that's just normal. But you know, a little time, little effort, little studying, a little learning, asking questions, you can figure shit out. You can find out things. You know, and that's the cool thing about this game is those that have the experience that have been playing a while, most of these people are really great and they're willing to share their knowledge with you and teach you things and show you things because that's what makes it fun. You know, and that's actually an underlying part of the game is rebuilding Appalachia. See, to save the time, I had a recording of this. The prime barrel increases the damage already up to 58. I think it's like 51 without it. And that's increased damage across the board. And then this is where I was talking about you get an extra 40% or so against a Scorch Beast or Queen and all that good shit. And that's totally fair. Problem is, like I said, if you don't know about it, you're going to be at a disadvantage. But if you ask questions or you Google it or you look it up, you're going to find out. And people are like, yeah, but they kill it so fast, you know, I'm not getting my hits in. Well, honestly, from what I'm experiencing, what I'm seeing happening, and it's a hard truth, and people don't want to hear it, but oh well. You're not showing up to the event on time. You're not showing up to the event with ammo. A lot of people come unprepared, basically. You got to come prepared. And look at the fire rate, 182. That's really super fast. So let's just round it up to 60 damage, or let's round it down 50 damage. Okay. So to get credit, to get your flux for the event for the Scorch, you have to do 1,000 damage. People were like, well, that's really hard to do. Well, no, I mean, you got to pick your weapon wisely. Okay. So let's do the lower number of 50. That's 50 damage per round in less than a second. So in 20 rounds, you're going to do 1,000 damage. You're going to go through 100 rounds in seconds. So you're going to get your damage done quickly. So this whole issue of, well, I'm not getting my hits in is ludicrous. Okay, even when I started out beginning, and this actually was one of the first guns I got in the beginning, I loved it because it's explosive, it's a vampire. At the time, I think it only did like 30 damage because I didn't have a build for it, and I'm level, I don't know, 20s or something. But now that I know how to do the build, now I can get the damage a lot higher. And I never had a problem getting my kills in, unless I got to the event late or maybe the game glitched or you know, there's things that happened, but it didn't. I didn't get not get credit for it because of some legacy holder that took all the glory and all the shot. That doesn't happen. That's a fucking lie, and I'm astounded how much people believe this lie because they keep reading it or they keep seeing it over and over. It's a lie. It goes along with that whole fake news bullshit. You know, people keep telling the lie over and over and over and over. Well, unfortunately, eventually people start to believe it, but it's still a lie. You know, so take the time to figure out what kind of weapon. I mean, using a crossbow and doing 12 damage, yeah, that's going to take you quite a while. So don't go in with a crossbow. I know people want to be able to do melee weapons and they want to kill it with a shovel or a pickaxe or a toothbrush. Okay, but you got to weigh out what you want. Do you want to get credit for the event or not? If you want to get credit for the event, you're gonna have to make some choices and make some sacrifices. That's just the way that's just the way it's gonna be. Yep, cheap plug. So let's continue with that. See, here's an item that I was able to get from a friend, this Brotherhood of Steel paint job, and you can't get this anymore. But if someone has it, they can build it, they can trade it, and no one has a problem with that. Isn't is that still fair? Here's another one of those Atom Shop items where you can't get it anymore, but it was limited edition, you know. I mean, even like Pepsi and beer commercials have limited edition cans and bottles, or a point system that you can use and uh, earn so many points, and you can get merchandise and stuff from them. No one has a problem or complains about that. And then you got this one. The camo was supposedly from Nuclear Winter, so you can't get it, but I believe I saw it in someone's vending, and I was able to buy it. And that's what they want. They want you to be able to buy stuff from other vendors. Same thing with the Mr. Winter helmet as well. You have to get that through the Foshnot. Is that fair? It's a limited edition. Not everyone can get it. So what's the problem? No one has a complaint with that. And that was the other point I wanted to bring up. Why don't they keep these weapons allowed? And why don't they just let people purchase it? Why don't they add them to the Atom Shop then and let people purchase it? Because you have all those Facebook communities, all the Reddit communities, Discord. Did I mention Facebook? And you have GameFlip. So if you can have items in the Atom Shop for limited edition, if people can put stuff in their vending machine, and once that item sells, they may or may not have another one to put in there, or maybe they don't want to. So that item in the vending machine, once it's sold, is gone. Nobody has a problem with that. So then why do we have a problem with legacies then? Why don't we just allow people to do like they've been doing and buying? I was able to get mine. Flux is a hard thing to get, so you can trade for flux. There are tubes that are hard to get. Not the human tube that's needed, but like the Yagway. Um, those are hard to get, so people will trade for legacies. And then you got those that are fed up with the game for other different reasons, and they just get rid of their legacies and trade for other stuff. Or like right now, a lot of people are trading their legacies because they need junk and they want scrap. And that's the other thing too. Is that fair? Not everyone's got the money to buy first. So how come only first players are the ones that are allowed to be privileged and have items that other people can't have? Isn't that discrimination? Because you're only saying this group of people, the well off, they're the ones that are allowed to have the cool shit. But those that are having misfortune in life or don't want to spend the money can't get the items. Isn't that discrimination? Isn't that a isn't that like not allowed? Because now you're telling certain class of people they can't have certain outfits or armors or weapons or things for their camp. I think that sounds like discrimination to me. So if you want to make it fair, either get rid of first or allow everyone to have first. And I'm just posing the questions. A lot of items from the scoreboard you can't get anymore, especially from prior season. Anyone having a complaint with that? Is that a problem? No one seems to be really complaining about that, but you can't get these items anymore. Again, here we go with the Foshnot masks. You have to have been in the Foshnot or get certain these masks you can only get in the Atom Shop. Is that fair? Not everyone has access to it. See what I mean? So like, what is really the real issue? What is the real problem? I'm really curious what you guys think about it. So let me know what you think down below. Is this fair? Is this not fair? What's the real issue going on? So again, I found more stuff online. This is what somebody put. And yeah, I think if you cancel your subscription, that's a good way to get your point across. I might have to cancel mine if they do keep doing this. That's one thing I wanted to mention too. They did this in Neverwinter, where all the high levels can do things that the low levels can't do. And I'm going to paraphrase, and people have their different opinion, but that's fine. But basically, they dropped the high levels, 120 or whatever the hell it was, down to 25 or 20. Again, I haven't played in forever, so I forget. But yeah, now everyone's level 20, and all those things that everyone worked years to get got removed. And I think if you guys keep complaining, they're going to do that with this too, where nothing, you won't be able to go past level 25, which means all those armors that you have to be level 30 or 40 or 50 to be able to get, you're not going to be able to get those armor anymore because 25 is going to be the limit. And that means all those perk cards and all those legendary perk cards that you get, I think after level 300 or 350 around there, there'll be no more legendary perks because again, no one's gonna get past 25 because someone that's been playing 4 years can only do the same amount of damage someone that's been playing for 3 days because that's what's fair and that's what everyone keeps complaining and that's what they're pushing for. And I think that's what's going to happen. It happened in Neverwinter, it happened in Battle Pirates, it happened in other games, and I keep mentioning it. So keep doing what you're doing. Watch how much more this game will get ruined. So that's all I have for now. If you guys enjoyed it, feel free to hit that like button. I would suggest sharing it because this is a big discussion, and if we share it more, get people more to talk about it, and maybe those big corporate people will maybe get a clue on what's really going on in their game. Because as I mentioned to quite a few of my friends, that I don't think the people on the top of the chain or the food chain up there, you know, have a clue what's going on or what how the role players feel about it because they're busy doing their, worrying about their stockholders, their board meetings, their golf game, things like that. That this stuff is kind of petty, and they have other employees at the bottom of the chain dealing with this. So this isn't going to make it to the top. So this needs to get shared and shared and shared so that it does get their attention, and maybe they'll see what's really going on. Otherwise, we're gonna have to wait till everyone quits their first account, and then that'll get their attention. But like I said, share the shit out of this. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Good, bad, or the ugly. Of course, follow the YouTube rules. And then, if you like it, hit the like. If you want more content, feel free to subscribe and share. All right. See you guys on the next one.